Hello students, welcome. In this session, we will see some software engineering basics. Software engineering is a discipline in computer science that covers the process of developing applications. So, the process of developing applications. To develop an application or software, we will have to go through certain processes. For example, requirement collection or a hardware software specification, ER diagram, and or testing the project, etc. So software engineering specify these processes and these processes are documented. So now procedural versus object oriented programming languages. So for building network applications we have two main classes, procedural and object oriented languages. So first one, procedural language. C is an example. So C use procedures to break down the complexity of the task of an application. So already you have used functions or procedures in C language, so it will break down the complexity of the code. Okay, for example, an application may be coded using procedure to perform input, another procedure to perform computation, or a third procedure to generate the output. So you will have different procedures to perform different actions, and these procedures can be called in main any number of times. So no need to write this the code again and again. Once if you write that procedure code, and that code can be called in the main any number of times. Already you have used these functions in C program. So C is called procedure oriented programming language. So another is object oriented languages. Example, Java and CPP. In CPP already you have studied objects. So these two languages use objects to encapsulate the details. So Java and CPP are called object oriented languages. So now the unified modeling language. The important step in software engineering is the production of artifacts or documents to record the conceptual design of the application being developed. So for readability, these documents should be written using a universal set of notations. The Unified Modeling Language UML developed by OMG, that is Object Management Group, is such a facility. UML provides a common set of language and rich set of tools for specifying, visualizing, constructing and documenting the artifacts that of software systems. So here this UML is universal language. So and it provides some set of tools for creation of the conceptual design of the software. So here already you have used such tools in VB.NET, and VB.NET provides some tools to build an application, and this unified modeling language provides some rich set of tools for the conceptual design of the software, and this software is universally read. Okay, so now the architecture of distributed system. The distributed system, that means a networked application, isn't it? Distributed system. The functionalities of distributed system is classified into three layers, that is presentation layer, application layer, logic layer, and the service layer. Three layers: presentation, application and service layer. This one is important question. So the presentation layer, this layer provides the user interface. For example, if application is a shopping cart, the layer generates the set of web pages that are viewable by a shopper using a browser. If you visit a shopping cart, okay, so the first page, the home page, it provides various options, the catalogs, the products, you can select product and you can add it to cart, and several user interfaces. So this page provides user interface, so it comes under presentation layer. Okay, so now the next one, application layer, logic layer. Okay, the application logic layer, this layer provides computation for the application, also called business logic layer. So this application logic layer is also called business logic layer, and this one responsible for credit card verification, computing dollar amounts, sales tax, delivery cost. So all the computation are performed in this application logic layer. For example, all the computation of credit card verification, or converting dollar amounts or sales tax or discounts, anything, the computation part is done in the application logic layer. The third one is service layer. Service layer, it provides the underlying services needed to support the functionality of the top two layers. So the services like database management system, directory services, and inter-process communication. So these three are the services. Database management system, why this DBMS is needed, whether database is needed. Yes, if you are for example, in any shopping application like Amazon or Flipkart, if you are opening your account, so your data should be saved somewhere, isn't it? So they are using database. So database management system is also a service used in this distributed application. There is one more, directory services. What is a directory service? That means domain name services. It provides a name, corresponding name to IP address. And one more, that is inter-process communication. What is this inter-process communication? That is communication between two processes. Why this communication? For exchanging data between two processes. That is called inter-process communication. So this is what this architecture of distributed system is. 3 layers: presentation, application logic, and service layer. Presentation layer provides user interface. Application logic layer is responsible for computation. Service layer, it provides underlying services which supports top 2 layers like DBMS, directory services, and inter-process communication, that is IPC. Okay. So next one, toolkit, frameworks, and components. A toolkit or framework is a collection of classes, tools, and programming samples. Example, JDK, Java Development Toolkit, for developing Java programs. So for developing Java programs, there is a JDK. Using JDK, you can easily develop Java programs. That means it will provide, JDK will provide a toolkit, that means tools to easily create Java programs. And Microsoft's .NET framework for building web-based applications. Have you used .NET framework? Yes, in previous semester VB.NET is a .NET framework, isn't it? But you have used .NET framework for building Windows application, isn't it? But you can also build a web-based web application also. That means using .NET you can build web application, but you have used VB.NET, that means Windows application. And web-based application means in this semester you are going to create some web-based application using ASP.NET. So .NET framework provides VB.NET, ASP.NET, and Visual C++. But you have used only VB.NET, and in this semester you are going to use ASP.NET for building web applications. Okay, web application means that application can be used in a browser. That means you can host the software or application, and using a browser you can access these applications. So it is called web-based application. That VB.NET is Windows application. That means it is used in a standalone computer, that means which is not connected to any other network. Okay, so there is one more, it is a component based software development for building enterprise systems. Software is developed by assembling selected pre-engineered, pre-tested, and reusable software components. Okay, so software components like functions or procedures, these software components are pre-engineered and pre-tested, reusable. That means it will make easy to build some enterprise systems. But these component based software is component based language is used for enterprise systems, applications, building enterprise systems. That means commercial, for business purpose. Okay, and you can use these software components to build enterprise systems. Example, enterprise java enterprise java bin, Microsoft's com, that means component object model. So these are the example for component based software development. Okay. Toolkits, frameworks and components. Toolkits, for example, JDK, and framework is Microsoft .NET framework, and component, that is Microsoft's component object model or enterprise java bin. Okay.